Good morning, students. Welcome you all in the class of mathematics. And today we will discuss the chapter Properties of Parallel Lines for class 7th mathematics. And it is the first video for this week where we will study properties of parallel lines. So let's start, students, and try to understand this topic, properties of parallel lines. Okay. We have this first point is parallel lines. Okay, so how can we define it? Parallel lines, we can say like this, that if two lines, I have given the name M and N, let the two lines M and N are said to be parallel. When we will say that these two lines are parallel, when the given two conditions are satisfied here. That means if they lie in a same plane, if the two lines are lying on the same plane and they do not intersect, however far they are extended, you can see over here that I have given that however far they are extended, it will not intersect. Suppose that these two are parallel lines only, then they will never intersect however far you will extend them. It will never intersect. So such lines are called parallel lines, and the condition this also, that they should lie on the same plane. In this example I have shown that these two lines M and N, the lines we are saying by the small letters only. If you are using the single letter lines, we are using in the small letters, that is M and N. Any other letter also you can use. So here however far you will extend, that will not intersect. Such lines are called parallel lines, and they should lie on a single plane, same plane. Next, distance between two parallel lines. This is also very important and interesting point, that distance between the two parallel lines is always same, students, always same. This is the theorem also, that the distance between two parallel lines is same everywhere. Everywhere it is same only. Okay, let us see this. In this diagram you can see two lines M and N. I have shown that these two lines are parallel, and these two perpendiculars I have drawn here, PQ. If we will take a point P on M and we will draw a perpendicular from there on the line N, so it is 90 degree forming here at the point Q. Same way, if we will take a point A on the line M and draw a perpendicular on the line N, so it will form a 90 degree angle at the point B on the line N. Here it will form a 90 degree angle. So we know that the perpendicular lines between the two lines are showing the distance. They are showing the shortest distance, exact distance between the two lines. So here we can say that the two lines PQ and AB, these two lines PQ and AB are showing the distance between. But when you will measure these two lines PQ and AB, their measurement will be exact same. Okay, because here M and N, these two lines are parallel. Here these two lines are M and N is parallel, and the PQ and AB is the perpendicular line segment drawn between the lines M and N, and their measurement is equal. That represents that these two lines have the same distance between them. Which two lines? M and N. So we can say that the distance between the two parallel lines is same everywhere. I hope it is clear, students. Distance between the two parallel lines is same everywhere. Next, intersecting line. By this diagram we can understand it easily, that when two or more lines are intersecting or crossing each other, then such lines are called intersecting line. But there is a condition also, that these lines are intersecting at a common point. Here I have shown this point O is the common point. Here also the point O is common point. But in this figure you can see the three lines are intersecting. Line K, line P and line M. These three lines are intersecting at a common point O. So this is the condition, students, that these all points should intersect at a common point. And here also you will see that the line P and M are intersecting at the point O. So such lines which are intersecting or crossing each other at a common point, that are called intersecting lines. Okay, so we can have this definition that when two or more lines cross each other in a plane, in a single plane, this is the condition, students, in a single plane, they are called intersecting lines. Very interesting. Now we have these intersecting lines have a common point. I have said already that they are intersecting at a common point, students, which exist on all the intersecting line. That common point is existing on all the intersecting lines and are called the point of intersection. In the previous figure only I have shown that here this point O is the point of intersection. Where these lines are intersecting, this point O is called the point of intersection. Okay, so we can have this, that these intersecting lines have a common point which exists on all the intersecting lines and is called the point of intersection. It is clear, students? Now next point we have next we have to understand transversal. What are transversal? We can say that a line which intersects two or more lines at different points, at distinct points, are called transversal. If suppose that three lines only given here, 1, 2 and 3, and it is intersected by this line T. So here T is the transversal. Here T is transversal which is intersecting the given lines at different points. First line it is intersecting at this point, the second line at this point, and third line at this point. So at different points you can see I have shown at these points it is intersecting. So such line which is intersecting other two or more lines at different points, that is called transversal, we can say. Okay. Now this you can see another figure, that example. Here the line 1 and line 2. You can see the given lines are not parallel. Line 1 and line 2 are not parallel. So it is not necessary that the lines which is intersected by the transversal are parallel. Okay. So it can intersect non-parallel lines also. This transversal is intersecting the line 1 and line 2. Okay. Now next, angles formed when a transversal cuts two parallel lines and their properties. Okay. So the first angle formed is, that is corresponding angle we can say. Next, that is alternate interior angles. Third number, alternate exterior angle. And then consecutive interior angle. First corresponding angles, alternate, then next alternate interior, alternate exterior angles, and consecutive interior angle. One more angle is there, that consecutive exterior angle, that I will explain in next class. Okay, so now you can see one by one, we will see that which types of angle are called corresponding angles and what are their properties. One by one these angles we will study. So first angle is corresponding angle, you can say. So it is also, they are coming in pair only. In this diagram you can see with different colors I have shown the corresponding angles. The matching corners when a transversal is intersecting, here this line is transversal, it is intersecting the lines M and N, which is usually parallel only. Generally the line which we are studying here, the line intersected, that lines are parallel only. But it is not necessary that M and N are parallel only. Okay, they can be non-parallel lines. So if the transversal T is intersecting there, so what we can see, that the relative positions, the angles which occupy the relative positions at the intersection point, are called the corresponding angles. Here you can see angle 2 and angle 6 are the corresponding angles. Same color I have shown there. Same way angle 4 and angle 8, it is shown by green color. So they are equal. We can say that angle, they are equal. What first you understand? That they are corresponding angles. Angle 4 and angle 8. Hello? Angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding angles. Okay? Because they both are lying on the left side of the transversal and they both are lying on the downside, they both are lying at the downside of the given lines. Angle 4 is at the downside, angle 8 is also at the downside of the given line. So angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding angle. Okay, and the property is that the corresponding angles are equal when the given two lines are parallel. If M is parallel to N, here I will say that if M is parallel to N, if M and N given two lines are, these two lines are parallel, then angle 4 and angle 8 are equal also. That means in that case angle 4 is equal to angle 8. Each and every corresponding pair of angles are equal in that case. Same way angle 2 and angle 6 are also equal. If you will see that angle 2 and angle 6 are also equal here. This angle 2 and angle 6. Angle 2 is on the upper side of the line, given lines. Angle 2 and angle 6 both are on the upper side and both are lying on the right side of the transversal, you can see. So this way we are seeing the matching corners, angles which are situated at the matching corners, or you can say angles which occupy the relative positions at the point of intersection, that are called corresponding angles. And if the given two lines are parallel which are intersected by the transversal, that means M and N are parallel, then in that case the corresponding angles are equal also. So angle 2 is equal to angle 6. Same way angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Angle 1 and angle 5 are also corresponding. Angle 3 and angle 7 are also corresponding, shown by same blue color there. Okay, angle 3 and angle 7 are corresponding angles and they are equal. Next, alternate interior angle. With this example we can understand, if it is also a pair of angle. Alternate interior angles also comes in pair only, and you see they are such pair of angles which are lying on the opposite side of the transversal, but because here interior written, alternate interior also, so both the angles are situated on the inner side, that means inside of the given lines M and N, given lines which is intersected by the transversal. The transversal is intersecting the two lines. I am talking about these two lines M and N. So this you can see the angle 1 and angle 2. They both are lying on the inner side of the lines M and N. That's why it is saying interior. And they are lying on the opposite side. The angle 1 and angle 2, angle 1 and angle 2 are lying on the opposite side of the transversal, and they are situated on the inner side of the given two parallel lines M and N. Generally it is parallel only, but it is not necessary that it is parallel to say alternate interior. Okay, but if the two lines M and N is parallel, if M and N is here parallel, if you will say, then in that case the alternate interior angles are equal also. That means angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Same way angle 4 and angle 3 is also equal. This way, same way you can say that angle 4 and angle 4 and angle 3, they are alternate interior angle and they are equal also. Okay, because both are on the opposite side of transversal and they are lying on the inner side of the given two lines M and N, which is intersected by transversal. Okay, so 4 and 3 are equal when M is parallel to N. The alternate interior pair of angles are equal. Now alternate exterior angle. Similarly, just we have done alternate interior. Similar property it has. The difference is that these angles are on the outer side of the given two lines which is intersected by the transversal. That means you can see here angle 4 and angle 3 are shown by blue letters here in the figure. You can see that angle 4 and angle 3 are alternate exterior, because 4 and angle 3 are lying on the opposite sides of the transversal, and both are on the outer side of the given lines M and N, which are intersected by the given line transversal. So, and this is also the property, this is that they are alternate exterior angle. Now when they are equal, when the given two lines are parallel, this here given I have shown. If M and N is parallel, it is conditioned that if M is parallel to N, okay, then in that case this angle 4 is equal to angle 3. That means each pair of alternate exterior angles are equal if the two lines which are intersected by transversal are parallel. Same way here angle 1 and angle 2 are also, angle 1 and angle 2 are also equal and corresponding pair. You can say angle 1 and angle 2 written in red color here in the figure, they are also alternate exterior angle and they are equal when the given two lines M and N are parallel. Okay students, next consecutive interior angle. Okay, with this diagram you can understand these consecutive interior angles both are interior angles only. That means they are lying on the inner side of the given lines L and M. Here I have written line L and M. They are lying, both are lying on the inner side of the given lines which are intersected by the transversal. Okay, and both are lying on the same side of transversal. That's why it is said consecutive interior angle, and their sum is 180. Here you can see if you will add these two angles 113 and 67, that will come 180. So consecutive interior angles are supplementary also, that because their sum is 180 degree. Here in this diagram you can see that angle 4 and angle 6 are consecutive interior angle. Angle 4 plus angle 6 you will do, that will come 180 degree also. That means this is the property that consecutive interior angle sum is 180 degree. Each pair of consecutive interior angles are supplementary. And what is their definition? That both are lying, the two angles which are lying on the same side of the transversal, just like this 113 and 67, both are lying on the same side of the transversal and on the inner side of the given lines which are intersected by the transversal. Okay, and when their sum is 180 degree, this is also that it is necessary that when the two lines are parallel, always not, always there is some consecutive interior. If the two lines are not parallel, then you cannot say that the sum is 180 degree. If this line L is parallel to the line M, then you will say that this 113 and 67, it will come like this only, that their measurement will be like this, that their sum will be 180. If this line L, it is line L and M, then angle 4 plus angle 6 you will add, it will come 180 degree only. Okay, same way if you will see that angle 3 and angle 5, angle 3 and angle 5 are also consecutive interior angles. So that's all students. Thank you all of you. Yes, now your homework is that draw the diagram of all the explained angles when a transversal intersects two parallel lines, and learn all the terms and definitions explained in this session. So thank you all of you.